guys, it's Bridget. I'm recording live here in the Creative Vibe Studios, and it's Wednesday. Yeah. I don't know why I always try to sing. I am not a singer, and you can tell. So listen, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of 1122. I have to share that 1122 is not a big secret. It's not like rocket science. I was talking to my mom, and she was like, yeah, our pastor at church was saying they were listening to your, what's it called? 22. I was like, 1122, Mom? Yeah. I was like, yeah, like my birthday. You know, when your mother, no, I'm just kidding. My mom loves me to pieces, and she's so super proud of me, and she knows that I was born on 11/22. And this week's episode is going to be super amazing, and I am so thrilled that you are tuning in. So just in case you don't know, my name is Bridget. I have a business called Creative Vibes. I'm a branding, marketing, creative assistant, everything. I have a lot of different things that I'm doing right now, and it's really, really cool to be able to branch out on your own and just do what you love, and that's helping people. My main goal this year in 2018 is to inspire, encourage, and to help futurepreneurs like yourself who might be listening thinking, you know what, I've been wanting to start my own business, to have the courage and the motivation to do so. And it's not always easy. You know, it took me a long time. And just to get to this point, which, as you know, on, I guess it was April 1st, a couple of days ago, I celebrated 12 months consecutively full-time on my own. So yay, that's exciting. Like, I'm super excited to be here. Like, it's just a blessing, and I don't take anything for granted because I'm far from making the money that I want to make, that I can, you know, afford to live. But I was really, really bad off. Like, things were really rough, and it's been a long year, a long 5 years. It's been a struggle. And today's episode is just about that. It's about making mistakes and owning up to them, and being prepared to say, you know what, hey, I did that, and I did it all the way wrong, and learning from that mistake. You know, I spent a lot of years covering up mistakes, procrastinating, and trying to make mistakes look okay. A mistake is just that. It's just an error. It's something you did wrong. It was not right. Why are we so hesitant to admit to it? Everybody makes mistakes. There's nobody on this earth that's perfect. There's nobody in your family that is perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We are all imperfect people. And that's the only way that we stand on this earth, is because we make mistakes. Somebody invented something because they made a mistake and they tried something new. Accidents happen, and you learn from that accident and you create something new. Things happen that really evolve from mistakes. And I was referring to my anniversary on the 1st of this month, and I decided at the last minute to create a video, which I do videos all the time. I'm always, you know, in my studio trying to put together motivational pieces, working on my social media thread, and trying to just be clear in my message. And it's interesting that after sitting here, now mind you, I was sitting here on Easter, you know, I had my cocktail, so it was fine, but I, you know, just one. It's not like a big deal. But I was really, really in a place where I didn't rush, but I was being patient because my computer was making me be patient. And y'all who know computers and work with them and technology and Wi-Fi and all of this great stuff that we have in this century, in this lifetime, sometimes things could just take forever. And I promise you, it was taking forever. So long story short, finished my video. I just took my time. I double checked it. I did all of these things and hit send. And lo and behold, as soon as I watched it play back, I saw an error, a mistake. Normally, the old me yay for transforming, would have been like, oh shit, I gotta delete it. I gotta hurry up before anybody sees this because I don't want anybody to say, oh, you don't know how to spell, or oh my God, you made a mistake. Look at her. She thinks she's doing this. And blah. You know what I did? I said, oh, well. You know what? It's about the message. It's about growing pains and not worrying about what other people think, because guess what I did? Like, I just posted that quickly on social media and I hadn't put it on my website or on my YouTube channel yet. So it was really not a big deal to me because Facebook is like family and friends. So it's funny, you still do have to clarify when you make a mistake, even though I don't really care, but I just wanted to save people the trouble for calling it out, because I have some really super sweet friends that are just like, oh my God, Bridget, I know you don't want to make a mistake. So please fix it. Or there's people who are just like me, who are over the top and they see everything. I'm very visual, so if you haven't noticed that by now, you know that I am a visual person. So sometimes, like, the numbers and letters, no, that's just not my thing. And I don't try to pretend like it is. So I just really take my time and double check, and I use Grammarly, like, you know, hey, tell me when I'm wrong, please. Thank you. Yes, it's awesome. So, you know, sometimes we make mistakes. And the biggest thing that you can do is learn from those mistakes. And it's not easy, because you do want people to think that you're perfect. And you might want people to think that you've got it going on. But truth is, mistakes help us grow. Mistakes make you get better so that you don't do the same thing over and again. It's really tough sometimes to admit when you made a mistake. So I'm here telling you, you know what? I know how to spell believe, and it was an error. It was a typo, but that's not even what it's about. It's about the discouragement of feeling like someone's going to say something negative. And I told myself, and the couple of friends that reached out to me, because I love them so much, for saying, hey, B, you know, check it out. I said, you know what? I'm not perfect, and I'm just celebrating, and I'm super proud to be in this position because I did take the chance and put myself out there, errors and all. I'm not sitting back waiting for something to happen. I'm making something happen. And to me, to say that out loud and knowing that the people that are hearing it are accepting it and saying, you know what, Bridget, you are so right. Congratulations. And I appreciate that, because that helped me grow, because I could have been like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so embarrassed. No, I'm not embarrassed. Things happen. The moral of the story is we make mistakes. And the biggest part that we can do is just grow from those mistakes. So today I wanted to talk to you about 3 tips, and maybe not really tips, but 3 ways that you can look at your mistakes from the other side instead of jumping into the emotional side. So step 1, really tip 1, I should say, is don't dwell on it. We spend too much time dwelling on the feeling of, oh God, someone's going to have something to say. And what people think, and that all ties into your emotions. We don't have to be so emotionally tied up in our mistakes. It's much easier to connect with your mistake. Okay, let me back up. It's going to be emotional, because you're going to be like, oh God. So those emotions come out, and then you've got to immediately start fixing it. So that's step 2. Start fixing whatever that mistake may be. Now, sometimes you may have a car accident, or you may have forgot to pay a bill, and those things you can't fix right away. So you have to mentally prepare to fix them down the way, whether that's making a notification so you can get a reminder to pay the bill on Friday when you get paid, or that's making sure that you call the insurance company, whatever it is. Instead of staying in that emotional state for your mistake and thinking, oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda, oh my gosh, I can't believe, and calling 15 friends and telling the same story word for word. Stop doing that. That's dwelling. That's wasting time. Don't dwell on it, number 1, and then fix it. Make plans to fix whatever was wrong and document it, either mentally document it, or make a note. If you have a journal, if you have a calendar, whatever it is you need to do so that you can realize, hey, you know what? Ooh, I did that wrong. And now next time it's going to happen again next month. It could be that bill that we were talking about. You want to make sure that you are prepared for it to not happen again. So the last thing, if you can't guess, is learning from it. So you want to learn from whatever that mistake was. For me, this mistake of just having a typo, which I'm so over typos because this is the second story I was going to tell you. You know, when I first started doing the simple life and start putting things out there and just really getting my thoughts together, I'm not a writer. I said this, I don't do numbers and letters. I make things pretty. I'm a graphic designer, a merchandising, manager my whole life working in retail. I'm not really a fashion person, but interior decorating, it's like I can move some furniture around and make a room look beautiful. Got that from my mom. Thanks, Mom. But numbers and letters are not my forte in writing and learning, all of the punctuation and all that good stuff. But we have things to help make that correct. And when I first started, I got super discouraged because of the way that some of the reactions and the feedback I was receiving was so negative. It was so negative, and it made me feel like I should not be doing this. Do you know I stayed in those emotions for 2 years? 2 years. I tried to switch it up and maybe just be more visual and just use more photographs and use less words because I don't have time to double check and write better and do all these things. And it just really kind of pissed me off. But now that I look back, that was the all the way wrong way to handle it because there's so many tools and techniques that can help. And as soon as I realized that, I asked my sweet auntie to do some spell checking and some editing for me. I said, please, auntie, can you? Now, my auntie is super smart and she taught school for years and years and years. And she just happened to be retired, so she loves me and I love her. So she was more than happy to help me do some editing so that when I did post and share things, it would be grammarly correct. It would be correct. So long story short, we learn from our mistakes. Don't dwell on it, number one. Number two, fix it. Find a solution. And number three, learn from it. And that's all I have today. I just wanted to get in short, sweet, because this happened to me. I, made that mistake this week, and immediately I could feel oh God, everybody's going to have something to say. But I nipped it in the bud and I said, you know what? I'm not perfect. And this wasn't supposed to be it's not going to the New York Times and it's not in my book and it's just something to say, hey, I'm celebrating today. So I had to really shake that off and know that in the morning when I got up the next day, before I posted it on my website and shared it on my YouTube channel, I could correct that one little I that was, making all the ruckus. But it's funny because we do let something so simple destroy so much. So take some time today. Think about the mistakes that you're making or anything that you have made. Don't dwell on it, guys. Fix it and learn from it and move on. And that's all I got for today. That's it. It's Wednesday, 11/22. It's time to celebrate life, living and learning, and go be great by most importantly, by all means, go be great. And I will see you next week.